Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the 4020 Rugby League Show with Deano and Ant. I can't believe it. I've just had some bad news in the last 5 minutes. I've got to ring my brother after this is all finished with. Fuck's sake. Never bleeding rains, it pours for me. If anyone's listening to the pre-show, I was playing a little joke on Ant, and I know you weren't hearing it, but I'm sure he would have laughed his head off because I was playing Glory Glory to South Sydney.
Oh, were you now?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Like that is it. We're all in it together against the Aussies. Well, almost.
Well, I've just been watching a bit of Boots and all, and they were showing the top 5 moments of the World Club Challenge, and 3 of the top 5 were fights.
Were they?
Yeah, they were showing the top 5 moments of the World Club Challenges, and I think it was all involving Wigan or something. And they said the top 5 moments with Wigan, and 3 of them was fights. Terry O'Connor versus Gordon Tallis. The mass brawl that was in '94 at Central Park. And there was another one on there as well. And then you had Martin O'Fire's try in the World Sevens in '92. Oh, Wigan and Brisbane, that was it. It was the best 5 moments with Wigan and Brisbane. That was it. And then they had these things on and all these little things. But 3 of the top 5 were fights, which I find very hard to believe. So,
where was Boots and all from this week? Was it from the canteen again, or was
it from the Sky Cafe again? Yeah.
Well, it seems to be a trend now, doesn't it? That rugby league's just getting binned off by TV.
Well, to be fair, that's where they put the Football League show there as well. No,
but I mean, I'm not being funny. You remember the old days of ECW?
Yeah.
Again, using a wrestling link, mate. Yeah. You remember the old days of that? You know, to get the rugby league show these days is you've either got to never work to watch it at 1:30 on a Monday afternoon, or drink a shitload of coffee to watch it at 1:45 on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it just seems you just got to think it's like us at the moment, because in my great wisdom, I've changed the name of the website. So there's a very special reason behind I changed the name of the website. Very simply, BWR Radio is another one of my babies that I broadcast on, and it's a wrestling one. And I thought it wasn't fair that I want the 4020 show and British Wrestling Radio to be under one banner. And as long as... And
the Steel Boys as well, don't forget that one.
Yeah.
Jesus, Lance will kill you.
Yeah, I know, there's the Steel Boys show, yeah. And I wanted them all under one banner. And literally, I couldn't think of a name, so I just changed the W to an S. And then I've changed it all completely. So now BSR stands for Badass Sports Radio.
Interesting.
So we are now part of the BSR Radio shows and everything like that. So bsrsports.co.uk.
The BSR network, eh?
No, I'm not having a network. That's not dumb. WWE's got the bleeding network.
The NFL's got one. NBA's got one. $9.99, mate. $9.99.
Yeah, $9.99. Yeah, right. And for $9.99, you can watch all the Rugby League DVDs to your heart's content.
Forever.
Get them in.
Payment.
We should be good for the free membership soon. The amount of plugs we've been giving these guys.
Hey, I'm not being funny. We've paid our tenner already. We're not getting no refunds.
No, we're not getting no. We love it to bits. Best site ever. Anyway, interesting last few weeks. I mean, we've got to start with the main one. Up till last Sunday, all the talk was about our Bradford Bulls and London Broncos going to go the entire season undefeated. Well, guess what? That pretty blew up in Bradford's face on Sunday.
They weren't beaten for 40 minutes.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Lee that's right. Lee have done the rugby league such a big favour with this, because now it's given the biggest kick up the arse to the biggest spenders in the championship, Bradford, with all their new players and everything.
Do you know what? I'm not going to name names, because I've got rid of them myself after our little private talk. So I'm not going to name names. No names, no pack drill. Yeah. But people were awfully quiet Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I've noticed that there was a lot of people quiet, and I noticed. But these people normally are shouting from the rooftops about anything to do with Bradford Bulls, and all of a sudden these people decided to be going to them, dig their heads into the sand which is only fair. But if you're going to start bashing out dirt, be prepared to take it back, which they didn't. So
well, I've got a funny feeling next week I might be taking a shitload back off you if Saints can't.
There's a bit of difference between first match in the championship when you've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks how we're going to destroy all the competition and everything like that, to playing in a World Club Challenge. There's a bit of difference.
Dude, can I just ask, can you turn your volume up a touch at your end? I know you're in Huntingdon, but you sound like you're in Sydney.
Is that better?
That's better.
Right,
you don't sound like you're in South Sydney now.
Oh, right, fair enough. Right. So I think when you look at it, over the last 7 days and everything, we've had Bradford Bulls being beaten, and then we've had your friend at Salford do a tweet that said, "I've had enough."
Should put a poster up, should he?
He what? Sorry.
Did you? I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
To intimidate Saints, he put a poster up outside the away dressing room saying, "I'd rather be a devil than a saint." Apparently, from sources I know, Kieran Cunningham turned round, pointed at it, and went, "Do I need to say any more?" I've said this weeks and weeks, so I'm not. Do you know what? I'm not going to beat the Kukash drum tonight over it. At the end of the day, we sold out our end. We fulfilled our contractual obligations. Salford didn't sell out the ground again. You know, it was pretty full. You know, fair play for a Thursday night. It was pretty full, but at the end of the day, you know, he opened his gob again. He opened his gob. He hates St Helens. We get that. Now, this is the thing that I must admit I do like about Wigan. We don't like each other, but there's bloody mutual respect there.
Yeah.
We don't like Leeds, but there's mutual respect there. At the end of the day, you don't hear the Leeds chairman coming out going, "We hate St Helens." You don't hear the Saints chairman coming out going, "We hate Leeds and Wigan." You certainly don't hear the Wigan chairman coming out with crap like that. Proof was in the pudding at the grand final. After the grand final, both chairmen came out and said, "We'll work together to make sure Ben Flower's okay."
Yeah.
The matter's finished. The matter's closed. As far as we're concerned, the matter's closed. And both chairmen came out and did that. And for all rugby leagues doing wrong, you've got 11 chairmen who are pretty much keeping quiet and just making sure that the ship's running smoothly. At the end of the day, they got handed a lesson again. But anyway, spinning on from that, I made a point today on the Twitter and on Facebook. With this ban, Gareth Hock will now miss an entire season through suspensions, not including a 2-year suspension for cocaine use.
That's mental. The fact that he's missed 3 seasons. 3 seasons.
3 seasons of it, mate. As I damn well know, I blew my quad and my knee out when I was 24 years old, and that was 23, 24, and that was my game over. So I know how short this bloody career is.
Yeah.
To lose 3 seasons, I said it before on Twitter. I don't know, if we've got anyone in the chat room, anyone listening, anyone wanting to Skype in, but how many more chances? I know we turn around and say we're an inclusive sport and we look after everyone, but how much more? How much more? Because in any other walk of life, he'd be sacked.
Well, look at it. Everywhere he's been, he's always had the same thing. I mean, England comes to mind. He gets removed from that squad.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I forgot all about that. He got sent home from the England tour.
Yeah.
The lad who, I don't know if he's listening, the lad who runs the Wigan Faithful Twitter feed, he turned around on Thursday night. I was following the Twitter feed as I'm watching the game, and he turned around and went, "Hock again, FFS." Well, he did, in its full words.
Yeah. It is. It's just, I think there's players in this game that you look at and you admire, and then you look at Gareth Hock and you're going, "What is wrong with him?" Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a Kelvin Skerritt. Remember Kelvin Skerritt in the 90s?
The thing is with Kelvin Skerritt, he pretty much did know where the line was.
Yeah,
he did know. He bent it, but he never broke it. Gareth Hopkins, you know what? The surprising thing about the last 6-9 months is people are more surprised that Kevin Sinfield's sending off last year was the first of a 17-year career, 18-year career, than Gareth Hock getting suspended again.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You got more people going, shit, has he never even been? You know, with Sinfield, it's, Gareth Hock again. Yeah, Gareth Hock. Even Wigan fans are going, how long do you reckon this time? You know, how much longer are Red Hall going to go, you silly boy?
Yeah. I think he'll end up going through the leagues. I think he'll end up being about 36, 37, and somebody like the Crusaders, Scorpions, he'll end up doing that. I think he'll end up doing that, saying, I've changed my ways and everything, and he'll end up doing that. I hope he does that. I hope he gets himself sorted, but because he's a cracking player when he gets going, but it's just that have we seen that player?
It's a complete liability.
Yeah.
Right, here's one for you. In the Bradford League game the other day, right? Now, when did you ever know in rugby league history that you can be sin binned twice? I thought 2 yellows equal a red.
Yeah, I thought that.
One of the Bradford players was sin binned twice.
No.
So we'll move on. Refs not having control. Have the championship really got amateur refs this year?
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't. There's a guy called James Childs. I've watched him twice already, and this guy's he's going to...
Super League have got them.
Yeah, he's going to end up as the most hated person in Super League history, but where he's going.
I watched him... Richard Tilwood's laughing his head off.
Yeah, I watched him against Cass and Catalan, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing, pal? What are you doing? Because half of the decisions...
He was poor start to finish. And I felt sorry for both teams because they were trying.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Both teams were trying to throw that ball around everywhere and just get on with a full contact game. And James Charles is just like, ooh, nasty men have hit each other. Peep, peep.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, before we get any further, the regular thing that we always used to do, the results from last weekend. We'll start with the Challenge Cup. It was the second round of the Challenge Cup. And the Ladbrokes Challenge Cup this year.
It is.
We had Widnes West Bank 38, British Police 16.
Yay!
Wathbro 27, Castleford Lock Lane 12, Alton Raiders 48, Valley Cougars 0, Normanton Knights 12, Shawcross Sharks 4, Lee Miners 26, Wanley Central 18, Kells 52, Blackbrook 6, Hunslow Warriors 8, West Hull 24, Elland 16, Egremont Rangers 4, Siddle 12, Featherstone Lions 31, and Skirlaw 30, and the Royal Navy 16. And also we got into from Thursday night Super League, First Utility Super League, Salford Reds 6, Salford Red Devils 6, St Helens 52. Then on Friday in the Super League, we had Hull FC 6, Warrington Wolves 7, Leeds Rhinos 38, Widnes Vikings 6, Wigan Warriors 24, Huddersfield Giants 16. And then Saturday in the Super League, we had Catalan Dragons 13, Castleford Tigers 12. And on Sunday, Wakefield Wildcats 44, Hull KR 24.
Didn't see that result coming.
No, I hadn't seen Wakefield unbeaten after 2 matches. I hadn't seen that coming. No way.
No.
Kingston Press Championship, Dewsbury Rams 19, Sheffield Eagles 10. And then on Sunday, we had in the Championship, Batley 30, Workington 6, Lee 36, Bradford Bulls 24, London Broncos 26, Doncaster 22, Whitehaven 16, Halifax 44, and on Monday we had Featherstone Rovers 28, Hunslet 14.
So the Rugby League weekend is now Thursday to Monday.
Apparently, oh yeah. And in the tables, we've got at the top of the Super League, we've got 4 teams on the maximum of 4 points each. St Helens Saints are at the top.
Yeah. Rhinos next, is it?
Rhinos next, then Wakefield Wildcats and Warrington Wolves. They're your 400% records so far.
And what is it? Wigan are 3 points, aren't they? Unbeaten after 2 as well.
Yeah. So
1-1 drew 1.
Yeah, and then at the bottom, we've got the bottom 4 are Salford Red Devils, Hull Kingston Rovers above them, Huddersfield Giants above them, and then Castleford Tigers above them. And when Widnes Vikings are in the 8th position with 1 point. So, and in the Championship, after 1 game, Halifax are top, followed by Batley, Featherstone, Leigh, Dewsbury, and London Broncos. And at the bottom, we've got Whitehaven, Workington, and Hunslet, and Bradford Bulls are 9th.
You can't really judge a table after 1 game, though.
No, there's no way. No chance after that game.
I reckon where are we now? Middle of February. I reckon we'll start judging the league tables properly in the next 3-4 weeks. Things will, because obviously
I always used to be like this. I never looked at a league table in rugby league until at least after the Easter Pro, because it's just everybody's finding their feet, everybody's going where they want to go, and they're just sorting out who's best from what and everything. But I am surprised at Castleford where they are. But Darryl Powell's been saying that he was very upset after the first week losing to Wakefield, and after seeing Catalan, he was very unlucky. But that's what it is. Sometimes you get the luck, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, it's one of those. Like we said, to be honest with you, I think after 2 games, 2 of those bottom 4 in Super League where they are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The fixtures for this week. We've only got a few fixtures, so we're all right this week. Friday, we've got Warrington Wolves taking on St George Illawarra. We'll talk about the club challenge in a second, actually. Saturday, Wigan Warriors versus Brisbane. On Sunday, in the Championship, we've got Doncaster v Featherstone. This is a 2:00 kickoff. All will be revealed in a moment. Then we've got Bradford Bulls taking on Whitehaven. Then we've got Halifax versus Leigh, Hunslet versus Batley, Workington versus Dewsbury, and Sheffield Eagles taking on London, which is everybody else's kickoff is 3:00, except Doncaster Featherstone, which is at 2:00, and Sheffield and London Broncos is at 4:15. Reason being, Sheffield are ground sharing with Doncaster this season. So if you go, you can get 2 games, I think, for the price of 1. I'm not really sure.
Hang on a minute. How long have the RFL known about this?
A lot.
How long?
How long's what?
Have they known the ground sharing?
They announced it end of last season.
So you're telling me they couldn't put in the fixture list, have 1 at home, 1 away?
No. They've decided to have both of them on the same day. So it'd be a double header for fans.
Is that all season? Or just this was a one-off?
This is just this all the season.
Oh, for the love of Jeebus.
Yeah.
For the love of all things, Ellery fucking Hanley.
Yeah, it's just very simply until the new stadium's being built in Sheffield next season.
No, I understand that totally. But, Red Hall logic, yeah. It's all right.
So it's just basically trying to get more people to watch the games in South Yorkshire, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I was just thinking about Doncaster maximising revenue by having the stadium used every Sunday, that's all.
Yeah, well, Doncaster, let's see what they get up to at some point. I'm not surprised that Doncaster Rovers will be very happy because they're playing. Did you see that picture I put up of the Blackpool pitch last week?
Yeah.
Dear God, and no rugby league's been played on that yet.
Nope.
It's crazy. The fact they're going to play rugby league on that in May, and you look at it now, and I'm like going, that's the worst pitch I've ever seen, and rugby's not even being played on it yet.
You know what the mad thing is, mate? Blackpool haven't got a lot of money, so I don't know if that pitch is going to be fresh.
What do you mean they've got no money? They've still got parachute payments from Premiership.
Haven't they finished?
Oh, God. But apparently it's getting relayed at the end of this month.
There's all kinds of kickoffs. The Blackpool Football Club fans want the Easton family out because they're just not putting any money into the club now. I think it was last season. At one point, before the transfer window, they only had 7 registered players.
Yeah.
A week to go, the transfer window, they only had 7 professionals on the books.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting on to the wrong spot.
No. So what I'm saying is that pitch won't be ready for May.
No. Because
they're going to have to lay a fresh pitch and not be touched.
it's going to be. I wonder if Rugby League are looking at this and going, "What have we done? What have we done?"
I can see why they've done it, and it's a cracking idea.
Yeah,
it's an absolutely cracking idea. Take it up to Blackpool, have a weekend by the seaside. It's in May, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I think. Gonna have to.
If I can get up, I will get up there. I will watch it definitely because Eagles are taking on Broncos, and I think this weekend. I mean, I'm putting my head on the block. I'm putting my head on the chopping block here. I think Sheffield will beat Broncos this weekend because last weekend Broncos only just scraped home against Doncaster, and as much as I'd like to blow my own trumpet, but Sheffield are a bit better than Doncaster, and we'll see how we go. But I hope we can really.
What do you think was then this week with Bradford and London? Have they just overestimated what they're walking into?
Yeah, I really believe they do. I just think that they think, oh, it's only championship, it's not going to be any good, and Bradford raced into that lead, and full congratulations to everybody at Lee Centurions for making every single person in Rugby League go, holy shit, wow. Look what they've done at Bradford, because as soon as that match result was announced, it was like, holy shit. It will do Bradford the world of good, and it will also give Rugby League a bigger high profile, because that championship now is going to be a nail biter every single week.
Said it before, if anyone knows anyone who works at ITV4, go to Red Hall, please. Go, some rights to it.
No, Sky's got it. Sky's got the rights.
Well, surely they can set up another package.
No, they can't. Well, the Skies have got the rights to the championship and everything this year. So we're going to see what happens with that one.
Half a dozen games during the season.
Well, they've said they're going to show decent games every week, so I'll see how they go.
They've shown any? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Did they show any this weekend?
No, they're not showing any. No,
so they're not showing games every week, are they?
Well, it's the World Club Challenge this weekend, isn't it? So that's the only thing that's.
No, that's what I mean. They're going to show quality. They're promising to show quality games in the championship every week, and 1 week in and no game shown.
Yeah, it's good.
That's scary for you. But then again, spent money on other things now, haven't they? So
well, let's be right. This is the sport that decided getting the sponsor money. They decided to let the sponsor, Stobart Trucks, go around the country with the advertisement of the league on the side of the lorries as payment.
I know.
Absolutely hilarious. Anyway, we'll get on to the main events of this weekend, which is the World Club Challenge Series. Now, a lot of people have been asking, why is Wigan and Warrington in this, and why isn't Huddersfield and all this? Well, the simple factor is, the three teams that was chosen from Britain was one. It was the two grand finalists, and it was the winners of the Challenge Cup. No, it weren't, because Leeds won it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
How did Warrington get it? Was they runners up? Was they third?
No, it was cast. No, it was anyone. It was the winners of the. It was the winners of the grand final. The winners and the runners up of the grand final.
Yeah.
And then AN invited team. So all I can think is Huddersfield turned it down.
That's crazy. Who would turn down a chance of playing? But it's going to be a full houses everywhere. It deserves to be full houses, because on Friday we've got Warrington versus St George, and that's going to be a cracker of a game. Tony Smith going against the team that he used to play for. There's going to be a lot of points to be proven.
See, there's the thing there, because there's Saint Sister Club. Yeah. So I've got two games with a vested interest in this weekend. No, I think Warrington will win that.
So you think St George are going to win that?
I think Warrington will, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think the Aussie Saints are going to use it for what it is, because in Australia it's the grand final winners plus any two teams who fancied the trip. And I think St George Illawarra have come over. Yeah, because I think, to be honest with you, I think they may well ask for Warrington, given the ties with Tony Smith.
Yeah.
And it gives you a nice little, gives stuff a nice little, ribbon and a bow on it. And to be honest with you, I think it's just a run out, really, for St George.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to take it too seriously. I think Warrington will take it more seriously.
Yeah. Well, it's the warm-up games for the season for the
It,
Aussies
it,
because
it is for them, and it gives Warrington an extra 80 minutes that they wouldn't ordinarily have.
Yeah.
And I think Warrington will win that.
Yeah, I've seen it, and also, but we've got to shout out to Premier Sports. Next
Yeah.
weekend, they're showing every game of the first round live in Australia. Every game of that first round is live over the weekend.
Man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what Premier League Sports. That's what Premier Sports are doing. They're not. They said, "Well, look, we've got our program settings and we can fill it up." And it looks as though they're going to show every game this year. And if they show every game live, that is a fantastic thing that they're doing.
Well, the thing is, though, because of Aussie times, they can fill their morning slots up pretty easy.
Oh, easy, yeah. I mean, it's on at 6 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock. It's great for me. If I'm on nights and I'm finishing work, I can come home and just watch that. I can't watch the State of Origin.
Friday morning 8 a.m, Saturday morning 6, 8, 10, Sunday morning 6, 8, 10.
And then you've got Monday mornings as well. And they
do Monday morning 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You're sorted. Yeah, they can show every game this season.
Yeah.
Conceivably.
Yeah, unbelievable. Well done, Premier Sports. You've finally given. There's finally a channel that will give everybody rugby league we deserve. We just need it for the British game now. It's great, isn't it? You can show every game of the first round of the Super League in Australia live, but over here we only saw a couple of games live, and it's crazy. It shows.
Do you know what I need? We need one of those boxes that you can plug into your satellite dish that gets like 25,000 channels.
Yeah, definitely.
And a 10 terabyte box to get us through the season.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, so Warrington to beat St George.
That's my pick. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Warrington as well. I can't see him. But then on Saturday, the big one. As far as I thought, everybody says this is the big one. This should have been the World Club Challenge, and I don't agree with it. But I don't agree with the fact it should have been for the World Club Challenge final. But Wigan versus Brisbane. The history. A lot of people saying this should be the one. It's like, well, bullshit. Sorry, but Saints won the grand final.
I'm not being funny, and Brisbane should have won. If they'd won their grand finals, this game's getting played on Sunday. They didn't. Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not saying that because I'm a Saints fan. I'm saying that because that's how it's been for forever.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got Wigan versus Brisbane at the DW Stadium. It brings back memories of the 90s battles with these two. It's a lot of blood between these two. Wayne thing is back at Brisbane. What's his? Wayne
Bennett.
Wayne Bennett, and guess who he's got on the coaching staff? They were on
Ethan Brown.
Kieran Walters and Alfie Langer.
Was he? Oh.
Yeah. So that's interesting. He's fetched two of the old guys.
I'm going Wigan to win. A DW Stadium in full noise. Brisbane have brought over 18 players. That shows their intent.
Yeah. Sean O'Loughlin's out.
Yeah, I'm going to Wigan comfortable.
Yeah, but Sean O'Loughlin's out now. He's out.
Yeah, but Sean O'Loughlin's a cunt.
Yeah, he's O'Loughlin's out for 6 weeks.
It's the first Sean O'Loughlin shot of the season.
Yeah.
Mate, I don't think... I think Wigan are stronger now. Anyway, Sean Wayne's got them stronger. And to be honest with you, if you look how Wigan are prepared pre-season and how they played in their opening 2 games, you kind of think that Sean Wayne's preparing for life without Sean O'Loughlin.
Yeah. The thing is his last year at Wigan then.
I don't know. Maybe next year. I think Sean might have more go around, but I don't think he's got long. I don't know. Another club may turn his head. If we can have a couple of barren years, maybe he'll go elsewhere. But I do think Sean Wayne's preparing 2, 3, 4, or 5 years ahead now.
Yeah.
The grand final loss, for as magnanimous as Wayne was, that will have killed him.
Right. So who's your pick? Wigan or Brisbane?
Comfortable.
Yeah. I think Brisbane might sneak it. I really believe Brisbane might sneak it.
Even with such a...
And then on Sunday at Langtree Park, we've got Johnny Vegas versus Russell Crowe.
Johnny Vegas, first round knockout. No problem. No problem. Johnny Vegas is a real St. Helens hard man. Russell Crowe's just an actor playing a Roman gladiator.
Excuse me, I've seen Johnny Vegas.
We'll have him.
Hey, I've seen Johnny Vegas in Benidorm. Leave him alone.
No, I'm sticking with Johnny Vegas.
Oh, that was hilarious. I mean, yeah, but come on, we've got to be serious now. Saints versus Souths. This is the big one. It is the champions of Great Britain versus the champions of Australia. Souths have fetched over the side that's been changed so much since the grand final. The loss of two of the Burgess boys. They've lost players. They've gained some players. But the question is, can the Rabbitohs complete their journey? They got the grand final, and Russell Crowe says now he wants this one. He wants the world champions tag, and just to put that the icing on the cake, it is going to be just nick a line from somebody from another sport. It's going to be a slobber knocker.
Oh God!
It is. It's going to be one of them matches. You just sit there and you're going to be biting your nails. It's going to be a cracker.
Do you know something? There's certain games in Super League that I only get nervous for, and I mean really nervous. Wigan,
yeah,
Warrington away, and Leeds away.
Yeah.
And normally the butterflies and the goosebumps start 2 days before. Every time I stop and think about this game, I go sick to my stomach. But the reason is, I don't know how I'll react. It's not I'm overconfident.
No.
You know, I mean, you've just summed it all up absolutely perfectly. You know, it's about Russell Crowe, and it's about the South Sydney's journey, and you know how they've come back from redemption, and yet again, our return to redemption has been overlooked. It's all about the opposition again, and history's repeating itself. It did for the Super League Grand Final. It was all about Wigan. And then when they talked about Saints, it was the 5 in a row. Losing 5 in a row. And it was all, you know, whereas at the moment, all the talk of Russell Crowe and the Burgesses and Greg Inglis, is he actually coming over here to win a World Club Championship, or is he coming over here to court rugby union clubs? Is he doing both?
No, I think he's coming over here for rugby union because
but that's what I mean. But there's talk of Greg Inglis going to union in Britain.
He said that.
So that's what I mean. Is he going to have a little note? You know, and all the talk again has been about the green, and here we are again, Saints, the second favourites in a two-horse race, were being overlooked. You know, it's been our journey back as well to this stage. And when we won our previous 2 World Club challenges and lost the other 2, then lost a couple more, they were at Bolton. We've never had the advantage that Leeds have had and Wigan have had in the past, you know, where it's been at Headingley with a Yorkshire ref and Yorkshire linesman, and you know it's been at Wigan with, you know, Johnny the king of the pie eaters on the touchline, you know, running the flags and stuff like that. You know, it's our turn. Do you get what I mean? It's at Langtree. Alex Murphy refereeing. You've got Johnny Vegas running one touchline. You've got St Bernard running the other touchline. You know, We've got no excuses. We've got to win.
It's going to be one heck of a match. It is.
I think it will be. If the weather's right as well, you're going to see a high scorer, I think.
I'm going to disagree. I don't think it's going to be a high scorer. I just think there's going to be two.
Traditionally they are low-scoring games, but I've just got this feeling that after the opening 10-15 minutes, nerves will drop. And you've got 2 teams who throw the ball about.
To be honest, I think at the end of the day, you're going to get 2 sides that they really want this. It's not as if like you're going to get to, where it's a pre-season. Oh yeah, do we really want to have this? And yeah, they do. It's not as if an Aussie team's coming over and it's going, oh well, they're just using it as a pre-season warm-up. Fuck this. They're coming over there to kick his asses.
But they're not. They're not coming over for a pre-season.
Now they're coming over there to kick ass. They want this. And Russell Crowe wants this, and everybody would do
South Sydney. Wants it as well, because don't forget, if we win,
I mean, I was going to say, Saints want it just as bad.
We've got 2. We need the third now as well.
Yeah, I mean, Saints want it just as bad. They just want it bad because the last season they had, when finally they just said, right, we've put all these ghosts to bed. They killed all the ghosts and said, oh yeah, we can't win the big one. They did. It didn't matter what happened in that bleeding final. They won. And that was the end of they went away with the trophy and they got the medals. Now, this year, it's not all about, can we do it? It's like, well, we've got to do this. We've been put on a pedestal and we've got to act as though we're champions and be champions. And we've got to stay champions because we like the feeling of being the best in this country. Yeah. And they're going to be...
I think you're going to see 2 teams at their absolute best on Sunday night.
If I was Kieran Cunningham, I would walk in there, him and Sean Long, and go in there and show bring in their World Challenge Championship medals when they won with the World Clubs from the years ago, and just said to them, you see these boys? You could have one of these. Just think what it's like to have these in your house. It is amazing to look at these and it says winners, but don't have the ones that says losers because you'll throw them in a basket and you'll throw them in a bag. You don't give a shit. You want the ones with the winners on it. And that's the thing that does it. I mean, Jace has got one at Rhinos, but it says Heinz Big Soup on the front.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Heinz Big Soup sponsored it. He doesn't care because it says World Champions on it. And that's all.
Yeah.
To call yourself World Champions, it's not like American football where just one country plays and all of a sudden they call themselves the World Champions, or baseball, or the basketball things. This is our World Club Championship. You've got teams in New Zealand in this. You've got teams in France. You've got the British teams. You've got the Aussies. Any one of them could win it. I'm looking forward to the day, and I know it's not going to be far away, from when we see Catalan Dragons versus New Zealand Warriors in this club challenge, because that'll be amazing. To have 2 teams that's from the other countries is just going to be awesome. And I think the Warriors are going to be closer than anything else at the moment.
Yeah. But no, it's going to be good.
It is. It's banging.
I've got to say Saints. I've got to say Saints. No, but this is nerves on an absolute par with the big games for us in Super League, which are Wigan, Warrington, Leeds. Yeah. This is. I'm not going to disrespect the other 3 clubs and say this is bigger than, because we have to play Wigan, Warrington, Leeds every year, and they're tough as hell games. But this for us is huge. This is as big as them.
This is massive. This weekend is the weekend to show the Rugby League world and to show Rugby Union that we can do our best at this.
Yeah, because there's no Six Nations this weekend. It's all about us.
Do you know what makes me... I'm going to talk about the Six Nations, right? And this made me laugh. The amount of tries scored in the first weekend of the Six Nations equaled 6 in the 3 games. 6 tries in international rugby.
Yeah.
That's spread between the 3 games, and it wasn't as if they were low-scoring games either. They were high. They were medium, good-sized games. I mean, in rugby league, you'd get 4, 5, 6 tries per side, and you get 6 tries in a game. What's the fucking point?
Because what it is, and I've said this all along, having played both codes, what happens is penalties are rewarded. It's 3 points for a penalty kick. So if you've got guys who can kick in range, it's easier to go for 3 points. This is what I've said all along about rugby league, and what I like about it. It rewards attacking play, and it has to reward attacking play because a penalty kick's only 2, and you're derided if you go for it, and a drop goal's only worth 1. Yeah. In Union, both are worth 3 points.
Yeah, good point.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So we put more emphasis on the tries. Yeah. You've got to score tries to win.
I got slated walking around my town this week because I had a rugby league shirt on, and I had a Great Britain top on, and they're going, "Oh yeah, what's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's rugby league, mate." He goes, "Oh, what's that? An amateur game?"
Oh,
and I went, and I just said, yeah, it was really amateur. And he went, yeah, nothing beats good old rugby union. And I says, yeah, can I just say something? He went, yeah, sure. I goes, what team do you support? He goes, Bath. And I went, oh, really? Says, well, where did Sam Burgess come from then? And he went, what? And I said, how much have you just paid Sam Burgess to jump to your team? I says, that's an amateur game, though, isn't it? I said, wait, shit, though. You don't get up. He goes, and where's your coach come from? Oh, yeah, he's a rugby league international. No, he's not. And I went, you better check your history, mate. Mike Ford played for Oldham, and he played for a lot of other good teams, and he was in Great Britain International at Rugby League, so you can shove that up your arse. They're so blindfolded. They're so blinded, these rugby union people, that their game is so superior, and they're nicking all our fucking players, and they just treat us all like we're nothing. Well, I'm sorry, bleeding you toffee-nosed prawn sandwich brigades. I'd rather watch a game that is physical and it is bleeding and it's like got point scoring for crossing that whitewash thing that's end of the pitches that's called a try line. Because I know for a fact there's a lot of bleeding teams in that don't know what the fucking hell that looks like.
That's it. I mean, it's a case in point. I've had this argument with union lads before. At the end of the day, if you're with a minute to go in union, if you're 3 points behind, if you can get close enough, you can ping a drop goal over and draw the game. In league, if you're 3 points behind with a minute to go, you've got to go for a try, and you've got to. But therefore, you've got to win it. You do, because it's 4 for a try. If you're 3 behind and you pick that try, you've won the game. Case in point, wide to west.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if, all right, given the circumstances, we were in our own 22. But imagine if, we had the same point system as Union and the wide to west situation, at the end of the day, we'd have got halfway down the pitch. And then if Joint didn't think he was going to make it, spin it inside again, and just see if Longy can pop one over for 3 points.
Yeah.
Draw the game, go into extra time.
Yeah.
But
they're just talking at the bleeding backside.
That's the thing. The difference is, I've always said that the point system with league awards attacking play.
Yeah.
It always has done, because you hear it in the rare occasions where someone gets a penalty and they go for the 2. You hear the opposition fans start singing "Swing Low," because it's like that's a union play. If you want to pop a cheap penalty over, go play union.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like both games. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I've always been a league boy. Always have been.
Yeah.
I played union for about 25 minutes. That was my rugby union career.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I crossed over and came.
I did it for 25 minutes, and that was enough for me.
That's it.
And I just think that everybody to their own, but don't have a go at my game. I'll bleeding fight for my boys, and I'll fight for my corners every step of the way. Anyway, we've got to give dues and congratulations. We've got to give it to the following teams, because we know it's 2 weeks in, and I know with the Super League and everything, but we've got to say well done to Wakefield Wildcats, because
yeah, completely.
I mean, every year you say, "Oh, they're relegation." Yes, we know it's only 2 games. Yes, we know there's stacks more rugby league to be played. But at this stage, you've got to give dues to a team that shouldn't even. Everybody said, "Oh, they'll never win a game this year," and it's Wakefield Wildcats. They've pulled it out again. 2 wins out of 2, and they're not just winning by the odd point. They've annihilated Old Kingston Rovers at the weekend, and fair play to the lads at Bellevue. Well done, guys. You've done a cracking job, and let's hope it continues.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's 4 points in. I mean, what do you reckon is going to be the cut-off for the top 8 points-wise this season?
I think 20 points will just be enough this year.
Yeah, I was thinking 2022. So if you're a team like Wakefield and you're 2 games in, you got 4 points on the board.
That's it. Just 8 more wins. 8 more wins. That's where you're looking.
And then you're looking at the Hull KR, next 2 Hull KR games, and going, well, there's conceivably 4.
And the thing that gets me is I'm looking at the points here. 2 games in, Salford have scored 14 points and conceded 74. Huddersfield are the next, they've only scored 16 points.
Saints at the moment, I know our defence, we've conceded 2 tries.
And do you know who's the top defence at the moment?
It's not us, is it?
Hull.
What points conceded?
Yeah. Hull FC have only conceded 7 points in 2 games.
Did they nil on the opening game? Did they?
Well, I don't know what they did. Yeah,
I think we've conceded 12.
Yeah.
I thought we were top until you said
yes, you are top. You're top.
No, I mean defence wise.
No, you're second.
Well, yeah, because I thought we were until you went. Do you know who is? And that's when the first time I thought, shit, we're not.
Yeah.
I was scrambling to have a look at the league table, but yeah, Hull conceded 7.
It's
let's see, yeah.
It's just looking at it and going, wow, and well, fair play to Hull. It's the teams that we don't hardly talk about, and well, fair play. I mean, Hull FC was another one that said they're going to be bottom 8 and everything. But if you've only conceded 7 in 2 games, and that 7 was conceded in 1 game, then you're doing all right, guys. You really, really are, and congratulations to everybody concerned at Hull FC. Really, really well done.
They're doing all right. I mean, them and Wakefield. I mean, Catalan have started quietly as usual.
But they've only scored 20 points, and 13 of them came last week, so they only scored 7 in the first week. So
yeah,
and they've conceded 30. So it is well, Hull FC won 19-0 then on first week because they only scored 6, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, but who did they beat first week? Bloody hell, it's doing me nothing now. It's really doing my nothing now.
Oh. I'm trying to have a look now.
I'm having a look quick as I can. But it's like, what the bleed? Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah, well, they beat Huddersfield Giants 19-0. That was it.
Yeah.
Away from Huddersfield. Oh.
Huddersfield start surprised me as well.
Yeah, I think Huddersfield are they were one of the favourites for everything. But it's like it says, it's so many early days yet. We just can't say anything. But it's how you go on.
Yeah, like you just said then, though, to be nilled at home on the opening day of the season, you've got to have a little think there.
Yeah.
The couple of little question marks raised there. Because Paul Anderson team's normally pretty solid defence, with a decent amount of attacks. But I don't know what they're doing up at Hull FC then at the moment, what they've put in the water at the KC.
Yeah.
But it seems that only the rugby league boys can drink it because the football team are doing shit.
Yeah, that James Charles, for those who don't know, he refereed the Widnes Wigan game first week, and he did Catalan versus Castleford. So I'm sorry, but that Widnes Wigan game, I mean, that was just
8 yellow cards and a sending off.
Fuck's sake.
The opening 2 games.
Yeah, that James. If you get James Charles as your ref, fucking panic.
It's a nervous ref.
Yeah. And
have the refs been announced for the World Cup games yet?
No. Hold on, give me a sec. I'll have a quick look.
Because I've just got a feeling we're going to have the Henry what's his face, on his brother as video ref.
Right. Oh, excuse me a second. Right, let me have a look. Warrington full fixtures. Hold on, referees. News. Hold on. Here we go. Have a look. Wigan Wolves.
For those who are new listening to this, I've been at a hideaway for a few varying reasons, and I'm at the only house in the world that doesn't have internet.
Right.
So that's
why. Before we do that, we've got the 3rd round of the Challenge Cup being announced, and this has got the League One teams in it. This one.
Okay.
So we've got the draw is as follows, and this is going to be played on the weekend of March 7th and 8th. The 3rd round of Ladbrokes Challenge Cup is North Wales Crusaders will take on Widnes West Bank. Elland will take on Featherstone Lions. So at least we're going to have one amateur team when the championship teams come in. Wath Brown Hornets versus Newcastle Thunder. Hemel Stags versus Oxford Rugby League FC. Alton Raiders versus Normanton Knights. Lee Miners Rangers versus West Hull. That is going to be a banger of a match. Lee Miners and West Hull. Oldham RLFC versus Coventry Bears. So the new team, Coventry, gets a baptism of fire against Oldham. Kells versus Rochdale Hornets in a little bit of a derby. London Scholars versus Swinton Lions. Barrow Raiders versus Keighley Cougars. South Wales Scorpions versus York City Knights. And Gloucester Argos versus Skirlaw. And that is some banging ties in that one. So I think it's going to be a cracker. I really do believe that third round looks amazing. So and Mal really did the draw. Apparently, I've just been looking at the picture now. Mal really did the draw. So nice for Mr. Reilly to be back, and legend, the best rugby league coach of Great Britain has ever been. Easily.
Happy days.
Yeah. I've got a great story about Mal Reilly from Dowell Powell. This is a great story.
Yeah.
He was in the gym, and there was David Bishop, who used to play for Hull Kingston Rovers. There was Kelvin Skerritt, and there was Dowell Powell, and Mal Reilly walked in, and they were all about how many sit-ups they could do. And Kelvin Skerritt got down, and he did 50, and he was puffing. And then what else did I say? David Bishop, he got down and did 150 and everything. And then Dowell just says, "Oh, I'm not doing this because I know what's coming." And Mal really got down and did 600. And they all looked at Mal really and went, "Fucking hell!" And he goes, "Yeah, think you're fit, do you, boys?" and this is the coach of Great Britain. And everybody just looked at him and went, "Oh shit!" And yeah, Mal really was he's a legend in rugby league. He deserves the Hall of Fame. He deserves everything. I worshipped him when he was playing for Great Britain. When he was coached for Great Britain, he took it to a new level, which it's never been back to since, because he made Great Britain the biggest ass kickers. No team ever came to play Great Britain and took us lightly when he was the coach. No chance. I don't think we've ever had a coach since, unless I'm really sure we've not had one since. Sorry to say, but unless Mal really decides to come out of retirement again, I don't think we will. And he's my favourite one. So, Mr. McKenna's disappeared. But anyway, I'm on my own. So, but don't worry, it's on Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night. It's 40-20 night actually. So we're going to keep everybody going. Thanks to people that's joining us. We've got people that's listening to us through our live web lead at Vaughan Live TV, and in our chat room at bsrsports.co.uk. And
there we go.
There you go. You're back, mate. Yeah, it's the Rugby League World's now. We're all kicking in now. I mean, next week's the start of the Aussie seasons. We've got the amateur seasons going ahead, and now we've got the Super League. All we've got to wait for is Championship 1 to start. And
when's that kicking off?
No, they've not kicked off yet.
No, that's what I mean. Because that's the biggest league of the lot, isn't it? So you think...
Oh, yeah, exactly. I think it's next week. I think it's actually next week to start. So I think it's alternate weekends that each league starts, which is cool. It's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm going to watch the matches anyway, one each match anyway. Can't wait.
Here we go. I've found them. The referees' appointments.
Oh.
Right. For the Warrington St George Illawarra game.
Yeah.
Ben Taylor, Jay Roberts, Jay Cobb running the lines. R. Hicks is the reserve touch judge P. Brook.
Yeah.
Ganson and Silverwood video ref.
Oh.
Steve Ganson and Richard Silverwood.
Yeah, I know them. Yeah.
Are the video refs. And match commissioner D. Campbell with C. Morris, the timekeeper.
Oh.
With Wigan, Brisbane.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wigan fans. Guess who's running the line?
Oh, no, go on.
Jay Child.
Oh, Jesus.
Phil Bentham's reffing.
Okay.
Child and Craven running the line. Thomason and Kendall reserves. Yeah. Ben Thaler and T. Roby the video refs. Match Commissioner K. Leyland, Timekeeper S. Williams. I'm just clicking on the full appointments now. And here we go. Oh, fucking hell.
Live radio, folks. Live radio.
We've lost.
Who is it?
Silverwood.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I'm putting my money on South Sydney. I'm telling you right now. Oh, it gets worse. Guess who the video refs are?
No, go on.
Bentham and Child.
Oh, God.
That's us done.
Do you think they're going to cut? Right, this is the thing we've got to talk about. And I've just remembered this with this club challenge. Are the refs going to accommodate the Aussie way of playing the game, or are they going to accommodate the British way of playing the game? Because they're two different types of game. We know the Aussies have got two refs, and this is going to be one ref on each.
Well, league rules then. That's all I can think. Oh, it's not a trophy this year; it's a shield.
Oh God! But I think
it's another hubcap.
Yeah. No, get back to it. I mean,
sorry, I was totally distracted by the trophy.
Yeah, well, as close as you'll get.
It is now. Yeah.
It just seems to me that are these referees? I mean, every time the Aussies come over, they get in the ears of the refs and they're saying, "Oh, we want this to be happening, and we want this to be happening." And then when it comes to the game, it seems as though the British lads are fighting a set of rules that they've not been playing with, and all of a sudden, when we go to Australia, we accommodate to the way they play the game. We saw that with the Tri-Nations last year, with the Four Nations, last year, and the way that the Aussies refereed the games and everything like that. And why can't we have the Aussies saying, well, we've got to accommodate to the British way of refereeing now? But he won't. The British refs will accommodate to the fucking Aussies. You can see it coming a mile off again. It's every time an Aussies come over, it'll be, we've got to kiss their arse and keep them sweet. So the British lads will be fighting 14 fucking players even before they've walked on the bleeding pitch. And you watch the Warrington match tomorrow. That's the main one, because as soon as that's over, and if it is happening, Sean Wayne needs to get hold of that bleeding referees and say, right, what fucking rules are we going to be playing with tomorrow? And what rules are we going to be playing with Sunday? Because that's the game that's going to set the tone. If you watch that game, and if Mike Stevenson kicks off about the set of the rules, you know for a fact they've accommodated to the Aussie ways. It's going to be fucking stupid. But
it doesn't say on what rules. It doesn't say. I'm just having a look now, but I can't see anything.
No, it won't be saying anything. It'll just happen when the match kicks off, and they'll be like, and here we go, and it's all, and oh shit, and yeah, and they're accommodating to the fucking Aussies. It's to play the ball, and it'll be the fucking tackles. It'll be the way that they do the tackles and the way they do the play of the ball. That's the ways we're going to see the Aussies ways, and you're going to see the English ways. And if you don't know what I'm on about, watch the Aussie Grand Final if you get the chance before tomorrow night, and then watch the Great Britain Grand Final. Watch the British Grand Final. It's the same game, but fucking hell, different set of rules by a mile.
It will be interesting.
It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be amazing. Hey, have you seen this? Tim Sheens from Australia is going to help. He's helping out Salford for a few weeks.
Yeah, I've seen that. Well, what it is, he's basically helping Dr. Marv get his coaching badges, isn't he? Because he took the team talk at half time.
Oh.
Against us.
Right. Let's do a lottery now. I mean, and we're going to open this now to everybody on Facebook and everybody on Twitter. And I know this is going to sound so evil. And please, Mr. Harris, do not take this the wrong way. Which month of the season is Destin Harris going to get sacked?
Which month or which week? I'm surprised he wasn't sacked on Thursday.
I saw the after-match interview. I've never seen a coach look so demoralised after one game in my life.
Oh, because he thought he was out of work.
Yeah,
that's why he thought he was out of work on Thursday.
Oh,
mate. I mean, I wasn't at Salford on Thursday because, I had to work. Unfortunately, like everyone else, you got to work for a living.
yeah.
And I'm not saying the fans that didn't go. I was in work. But apparently Harris was on the touchline at half time.
Yeah.
And again, what other chairman? I mean, does the Sheffield chairman go in at half time when the Eagles are getting beat?
No, Ian Squires wouldn't dare. I think there's only
That's
one
what I mean.
person. Yeah.
Would he go full time?
No. I don't know. I really don't know what he does because I mean, as much as I love the Eagles, I think the only time I ever saw it, I didn't even think I ever saw Ralph Rimmer or anybody like that in the 90s go into the thing because John Keir would never allow it. And
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can't remember Eamon McManus or of ever hearing of Eamon McManus ever going into a dressing room after the game. I think the closest he ever came to it was when we knew Hanley was coming to the end, and Hanley was called up to the office after a game, and he was given his marching orders. I mean, Ian Millwood is basically the Randy Savage of rugby league. Will we ever know the truth of that story about Eamon's daughter being deflowered? Oh yeah. But yeah, that will go into rugby league folklore forever and a day. That
I think Salford is just the latest soap opera that's going to be there. But it's like somebody said, he's put £4 million in, and he now's decided that he wants something to show for this £4 million he's spent.
It's silverware. It's simple as, mate. It's silverware.
Yeah. He thought he could just do what he does in football and just buy the best players and everything. But to be honest, truth, he's not even bought the best players.
No, what he's done, he's picked up players who are he's picked up decent players, but players who are either coming towards the end of a career or journeyman.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get back to it. Oh yeah, by the way, I found on YouTube. Now, this is the one for the classics. And then we go to these sections of 40-20 where we talk about all the morning games, then we talk about some of the classics. I found on YouTube the classic documentary of all time of rugby league. It stars the players and staff of Doncaster Rugby League Football Club. It's called Another Bloody Sunday. If anybody is a rugby league historian, please search for it on YouTube. It is there. It is there in bits. It is without a shadow of doubt the closest thing we ever got to seeing the inside world of a rugby league team in the mighty late 70s, the early 80s. If anybody didn't know, Doncaster were the easy beats of rugby league in them days. Yeah. You always was guaranteed a win, and it goes and it shows them the struggles and the strains of what they used to put up with, and everything. And you see the greatest thing is you see the chairman going at halftime, and he goes, there's £100. You can share that between you if you win this game today with winning bonus. £100 between 15 players. And you just see the old style kits and everything, and you think, oh, fuck me, look at this. An absolute banging documentary. It is one of the best ones there ever was, and I enjoy watching it. It is made by Yorkshire Television, and Another Bloody Sunday. It is one of the best things ever. If you've got it'll be about an hour long, but I guarantee it's an hour you'll always remember. And if I find the first bit, I'll put it on the webpage on Facebook, and then you can see it all in your final glory. But it's an absolute banging of a documentary.
Excuse me. No, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Also on the BBC website, they put up this week. They did it last week to celebrate the 20 years of Super League. They decided to put up the game against Paris Saint-Germain and Sheffield Eagles, and it got people talking. I was the talk of the Facebook page of Sheffield Eagles. I was actually mentioned. It was like, oh look, I think I can see Dean Mitchell in the crowd, and I'm like, no, I weren't there. Unfortunately, I didn't go to Paris. I said I didn't have enough money. I said I saved my money for the Workington trip next week. What a difference, Paris or Workington. I only went.
Do you know what I
Sorry,
you know
mate.
what? I enjoy. Yeah, you there?
Yeah, we just got a little bit of that. It was just really bad line.
No, yeah, I went to Paris, and do you know what? I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a good little weekend. It was a good day out. And then they turned around and went, "Nah, it's not happening. They're going to Perpignan." You know when you just sit there and you just go, "Shit," because it costs a shitload more.
I think I remember with Paris Saint-Germain is when the Paris Saint-Germain Football Club, who owned all the colours and everything, withdrew their support halfway through a season and withdrew the colours, and they ended up playing in the French national kit. And they had to put up with their own colours and call themselves just Paris. It was crazy.
Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain to Paris.
Yeah. And
yeah, ridiculous.
Oh, crazy world of 90s rugby league, eh? Crazy.
Tell me about it again. I mean, do you know what? If we sat there and we turned around and if we wrote a book about 90s rugby league and what happened, you know what? I don't think people would believe us.
No.
And go, this is how our sport was run. And then this is how our sport was run when Sky's money came into it. You just wouldn't. Do you get what I mean? You just wouldn't credit it. You know, you could write a whole chapter on the Cumbrian Civil War.
Somebody has got to have written a book about the 3 days that changed rugby league. They've got with the Easter weekend in '94, when every chairman.
Why don't we?
Nah, I couldn't write a book about it because it's not fair. I mean, when everybody went to Central Park, and you had Big Morris, you had Morris there, and you had all these people saying, right, we've been offered 83 million by Rupert Murdoch, and we're going to change our game from winter to summer, and we're going to merge teams. Everything's going to be better. We're going to have a slimline league. Everybody's going to love it. And from start to finish, it's going to be amazing and things. And it is absolutely going to be off the wall with it. And you never guess. And honest to God, I think rugby league in the 90s has got a lot to. It's stepped away from what it is now. But to do this in the 20th year as well of Super League, to see what we've got is, and we completely revamped Super League, and we've revamped Rugby League again with the event of the Super 8 Championships, and then you've got the Super League 12 and everything. So it's going to be fantastic. It really, really is this year, and Rugby League is going to benefit from it. So who knows? Who knows, eh? But we'll keep going. We'll keep going there. Don't worry about a thing. But it's going to be a good one.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, there you go. No, I was just saying about Super League in the 90s. It was just one of these things that everybody just loved about it. Everybody was like, what are we going to do? And then 20 years later, they just seem to revamp the game again with this Championship, Super 8s, and the Super League. And
I don't think anyone has written it.
No. It's a shame if they haven't. It really hasn't.
You know what? I've just... I might have a little look.
You've got to get involved with all the players. I mean, you've got to go back to the players that was involved in them days. I mean, Bobby Goulding for one, was St. Helens. I mean, you've got to look at Bradford Bulls, who was Bradford Northern, and then they changed their name to Bradford Bulls, and everything that happened with that, and they changed it. It was just the 3 days. Like you had Castleford, Featherstone, and Wakefield going to merge, and Sheffield and Doncaster merging.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, what I've got a project that's just fallen behind at the moment, so I need something to keep my time going. Yeah. I might do a little research. I might do a bit of research.
Yeah, I think there we go. Another little gem in the making. Superb. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a night because everybody's going, and I've got to go and get hold of my brother because he's
on, my mate.
His little dog's just died. Dog died yesterday, so I'm going to have a chat with him, make sure he's
okay. Talk all things World Club Challenge next week.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't given a shout out to our amateur teams this week. I know they're both still in pre-season with Burton Woods and Ives Roosters.
Yes, they haven't started yet. They start next month. They start in March. So
those pre-seasons still ongoing. They're all kicking ass, taking names.
And hopefully we're going to get somebody on. We're going to have a guest on very, very soon. And hopefully it's going to be one. I think it's going to be somebody that very, very is going to surprise that. I've had a chat with a ex-professional who's now a coach of a championship side. And he's wanting to talk about the structure and everything about this championship. and he's one of the voices of rugby league at the moment.
Fantastic.
And he's a cracking friend as well. That's all I'm saying. So that's easily giving it away now. So
right then, look forward to it.
I've had a chat with Darryl Powell, and he said if we can do it, if we can fit it round us, he would love to come on the show. So we might get Darryl Powell on the show at some point this year.
That'd be freaking awesome.
If we get Darryl, I'm swearing to God, he will bleeding bury me left, right, and fucking centre. He will.
To be honest with you, I'm going to ask him for a signed Cash shirt. See if he'll get me one.
Do you know what does me? He's the guy that christened me. I mean, for those who didn't know, there was a picture of me on Facebook when I played rugby, and I had a permed mullet. I had permed hair, and it was a mullet. And I've got the tape around my head. And I used to go coaching with the Eagles, and the coaches was Darryl Powell, Mark Aston, and a few of the other players. And I walked in, and Darryl went, "Fucking hell, it's Shirley." And from that moment on, I was christened Shirley. And the even worst of it is, we all had his own mugs at Eagles, and they couldn't find one for me with Dean on. The twat went to his shop and found one with Shirley on the fucker. So I had a mug with Shirley on it. I could not believe I had this mug. And it was like, "What have you done to me?" And he goes, "Christmas present. There you go." But I did get my own back on him once. He was sat in the office, and I walked past him and farted, and it went straight in his face. And he went schizo at me. He fucking lost the plot completely. Darryl Powell, I love you, man. I love you from my heart and my soul. I think it's great. Good luck to all the teams this weekend. If you're supporting rugby league, good luck to you. And hopefully we might even hear that sound of people from Bradford that miraculously disappeared for the last 7 days. But we'll see.
I put a missing persons report into missing Yorkshire Police.
Yeah, there's about 4,000, 5,000 people missing from Facebook, and nobody's seen them for since Sunday.
Yeah, as always, no matter whether you're watching, playing, spectating, we never mention them, the unsung heroes, the guys who give up their time.
Yeah.
On a match day. I know they get paid for their work, but still the stewards to make sure the fans know where they're sitting, where they're going. To keep people safe. The guys who run the bars. Make sure everyone's lubricated before a game.
And another one, I know we're only two guys and everything, but if you're a parent of somebody that's playing rugby league this weekend, support them. Don't have a go at them. Just make sure, just stand on the sideline, cheer your hearts out for your kids, cheer them out, but don't be an embarrassment to your kids, because
no,
that's the thing. We've seen it too many times. Please, please, please respect the kids that play the game. And just sit back and just enjoy it as a fan.
No, I totally agree. As a dad of three, I'd never want to be the reason that my kids stop playing sport.
No, it's not nice. But end of the day, there is people that've got attitudes and think they're better than anything else, and so forth. But hey ho. But anyway, thanks to you, Ant, mate. Thanks very much.
And as always, Steve, no problem at all. Anytime,
blast as always. This one will be on Podbean again, Podomatic. I'm just going to find out another place. It'll also be on YouTube, so I'm going to put them by the end of tonight. And we'll see everybody next Wednesday, 8 p.m. for the next episode of the 40Twenty Rugby League show here at bsrsports.co.uk. You got anything to finish with, mate, or that's it?
No, I'm good to go, mate.
Okay, mate. Right. Everybody take care of yourselves. Let's then go GB teams this weekend. Go GB teams. Bye-bye.